In a Washington funeral with all the familiar pomp and formalities, an undercurrent of politics was flowing just under the surface. U.S. President Donald Trump meeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in a move that marks a stark warming of relations between the two leaders after their infamous Oval Office blow-up last year. Zelenskyy advocating for new U.S. interceptors to refill a depleted Ukrainian stockpile as the fear of winter attacks on energy facilities, including power plants, becomes more worrying. Zelenskyy saying Trump has approved the use of the Patriot interceptor license, which will allow Ukrainians to produce the defensive weapon instead of the United States, which is also facing a shortfall due to the current war with Iran. And while the licenses could help, production would take between a year and 5, forcing Zelenskyy to request at least 300 interceptors from the U.S. stockpile. Zelenskyy telling Sky News Russian President Vladimir Putin is preparing to mobilize hundreds of thousands of troops before October elections in Russia.
You know that the big challenge is mobilization, understanding and estimating that in October we can have, maybe not, but we can have 500,000 plus people from Russia. We need new attitude to mobilization, new steps, maybe new, maybe not very quickly, maybe not something radical, of course not, but to find a way for this, I need unanimity between these two institutions. The second point, not enough anti-ballistic. I don't have time for talks.
Media outlets nor the Russian government have confirmed Zelensky's claim. Meanwhile, in an interview with Sean Hannity, Zelenskyy riding a wave of momentum, with the host even asking if Crimea could be on the table again.
A lot of pressure brought to bear on you and your country to give up land in a deal. And you were steadfast, no way. Where do you stand on that issue today? I mean, is Crimea back on the table?
It's a bit not, or not yet. We will see. I don't know. So the most important between us, the land is very important. It's our territory. It's our history. It's about our houses. But the most important, not to lose people. That's why we always say that we are ready to support the idea of our allies, just to have ceasefire.
Russia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, vowing to continue the conflict so as to not undermine Russia's, quote, sense of historical continuity, identity, and multinational pride. Last night, Russian airstrikes killing 8 Ukrainians. With strikes so close to NATO borders, Poland was forced to scramble fighter jets together. U.S. senators, meanwhile, voting to advance a sanctions bill advocated for by the late Lindsey Graham in what would be another blow to Russia, sanctioning its leaders, energy sector, and shadow fleet of oil ships. The legislation passing handedly with 86 votes as it awaits additional approval in the House. Zooming out to focus on the big picture, the war on the front lines remains a stalemate, with drone technology on both sides implementing new techniques in modern warfare not seen before the current conflict. Russian targets inside the country have been hit, with a large focus on disrupting the energy supply. Those moves have caused fear and a rise in oil prices as the population grows unsteady. Inflation has also spiraled in the nation. And this evening, despite all of the momentum, the facts are this. Ukraine still has lost territory in this war, roughly 75,000 square kilometers to be exact, mainly in the eastern parts of the country closest to Russia. And while Washington celebrates the continued perseverance of Ukrainian forces, it is a war that shows no signs of slowing down, in direct contrast to the promises made by the president during his 2024 campaign. Teresa?